Finally, the live-action X-Men movie is coming, and they've chosen their writer, the writer of The Hunger Games. Who is this guy? Well, The Hunger Games was that last one, right? That last Birds and Serpents that somewhat split the fan base. Some loved it, some hated it. I personally enjoyed it a lot. I found it very interesting. I'm not saying it's better than the others, all right? I'm just saying it was a good prequel, right? The story happens before the main story where we see Snow's development, right? He's the guy who will later on be the one in charge of the Hunger Games. It ended with an ending where we started to like the guy. He has these villainous bonds. I liked it. Comment below if you also liked it. This is the guy, Michael Lesslie, who also did it. Let's see here, Assassin's Creed. Remember, he's the writer, not the director. Well, it's the one with Fassbender, right? Who is also Magneto, right? We're talking about X-Men, Magneto, all that stuff. But in the end, it wasn't a good movie. I didn't like it. Comment below if you did. Also, Hamlet and, well, Macbeth, Ambition. He's a writer that I think Kevin Feige likes, right? He's the guy he can control. He can keep him on a leash, right? Because if you bring in Christopher Nolan, for instance, he's all control, right? Anyway, it seems the X-Men are getting increasingly close to being reborn in the MCU because they've already been reborn, right? But they were reborn in X-Men 97 anyway, right? Remembering, why is this movie speeding up? Because the rumors said X-Men would only happen after Secret Wars, after the big reboot, right? But with the success of X-Men 97, Marvel wants to capitalize like back then with the 90s series that catapulted the X-Men movie, the first one, X-Men 1. So now X-Men 97 is going to catapult this movie. Marvel Studios is progressing with a new X-Men movie with the writer, right? Michael Lesslie, no director, has been hired for the cast, and Kevin Feige is going to produce, as always, right? According to the new report from Deadline, there have been meetings with other directors, other filmmakers, other proposals, but Lesslie was called there to take over this position last week. The question is, right, what story are they going to adapt, right? Because it has to be some story where it fits in Secret Wars. In my opinion, just as nobody knew where the Fantastic Four was, so nobody knew where the X-Men was. And what's the excuse? Another universe, right? Since we are in the saga of the multiverse, so Fantastic Four is going to be in a universe, and for some reason, maybe they're the incursions, the world, the universe of the Fantastic Four is going to be destroyed. They're going to come here to the main universe. The X-Men are also in another universe. Which universe do I bet on? I bet that in that universe, the Beast showed up in the Marvels. Why? Because he mentions Xavier, right? He says, hey, I'm going to check here and I'll send the results to Charles, right? So in that universe, Xavier is alive, unlike the universe over there in Doctor Strange 2's Multiverse of Madness. But we know that the Scarlet Witch killed him, broke the old man's neck, right? But comment below, are you excited about the X-Men movie? Do you think it should come before Secret Wars or after? Also, what will the story be? Comment below.